Another gorgeous day. It's about 40 now, but we're going into the mid 60s today. I will take it. Take it, take it. I'm meeting Michelle to go shopping. Excited about that. I can never be at Guardian Angel too much, so just because I was there yesterday just doesn't really matter. Hopefully Dee will be putting out more Easter stuff and more other fun stuff. And yeah, you hear the rooster up the hill? Maybe not. He was saying good morning. I can't hear him in the house, so it really just doesn't matter. And I find he does that a little bit in the morning and he stops, so I don't know. If he were waking me up at 5 a.m., I might have a different feeling about him, but he's not. Good morning, Panther. Hey, bud. Well, Sam did visit with all the kitties yesterday, including Panther and Gray. Yeah. I do think Spot eventually made it to the porch last night, but I don't know how much food was on the porch. I mean, obviously some, right? Maybe more dry chow than meat, but poor guy. I mean, I could take food for a night or two and set it at the edge of the creek down there by the azaleas, but then the other cats would just figure that out too. So bringing Stripe in the house at 5 o'clock helps, but it's not a certainty still that he can get up here and feel comfortable to get up here and get the food before somebody else eats it. Kind of frustrating. Good morning. Hey there. Hi. How are ya? Good girl. Nice clean bowl. Don's on his conference call. Well, they practice drills out here a lot, so they're out here practicing. Sometimes they have new guys driving the truck, circle the parking lot, practicing, and today could be checking equipment check or practice. Wonder where they're going today. Someplace fun, I'm sure. We've done the pogo route one time. We're going to do it a second time today. That's about how much more time we have left. They're working on it. The guy is here working on it. He's under the truck doing something, maintenance or repair. I've seen robins and bluebirds this morning. Since the grass was freshly mowed yesterday, I guess it's easier to find insects over here, so they're really liking it. Michelle says she's on her way, and Don got Ruby out for me. I just love it when I walk out and Ruby's angled, ready to go. Oh, I do. Spoiled girl. Look at all the cool old stuff. All they need to add is a typewriter. One of those that Tom Hanks would like. How super cute. Well, this is a particularly nice bag of plastic eggs because there's sequins and then there's ones with crochet.
Ugh, stick a fork in me, Marianne. I'm done.
What are they doing? Then there's a spoon and a knife over there too.
They're adorable.
I shouldn't, but Michelle, it's all your fault. It's a dinosaur. Back in the day, these Duplos with the train tack and Harold the helicopter from Thomas and Tank Engine and the train conductor, and there's a lot more Thomas parts in there. That would have had to have gone home with me back in the day. Oh, look at the vintage Holly Hobby thermos. That's pretty cute. If you ever break the dish in your microwave, you know where to get a new one for a good price. Great St. Patrick's Day shirt. Several to choose from here today, but I like that better. I think Don already has it in. There's another pretty green print. What does that one say on it? End low. That's school. Well, I've added this melamine fish bowl, and I think I like this for Dawn. And I don't know what Halloween was doing out at St. Patrick's and Easter, but it has a black cat on it, so that's going home. And Michelle's added a basket and a shirt up there. I know, Michelle. How much did you not spend today?
Under $19 today.
I spent more than her, which is like one time a year, pretty much, right?
Oh yeah, like a leap year.
Yeah, we're like close sometimes, but we had a good time. It wasn't that we didn't have a good time. We had a great time, actually. Really good music. I had trouble worrying about copyright and filming, but loud and very, everybody knows those songs, recognition. So,
very
but
catchy.
yeah, but see, I have a few things, but there's a storage container.
Yes.
And the bed is big and this floating shelf. I really don't have that much stuff either though. But I had more than $19. I almost forgot, but she's got Ursula today. And I'm moving your little fuzzy guy. But if she goes back and forth, it goes from the pretty to the evil. That's pretty cool. So if people are doing this, you know, back and forth behind you, you know why, right? She has on her Ursula shirt and her little mermaid, I love poor unfortunate.
I say that a lot. Poor unfortunate
souls. Here, you look great. Well, one of the stealth Fuquay-Varina Police Department officers was doing the radar gun as I came around the corner back there. He's parked in the lot where the utility trucks have been, and let's just say thank goodness I came around the corner doing 29 and a 35 and was in no particular rush to speed up to this turn off here. Yeah. I'm sure he would have loved to have pulled over the speeding pretty red Tesla had I been speeding, which I was not. I was startled. I probably, by the time I looked, was 29, but I know I wasn't going over 35. But you know, a little regen goes a long way real quick in the Tesla. Don's warming up the garage. I also know he said he might take off early this afternoon and put the parts on the GMC because he's got everything he needs now. It's supposed to be 66, dry, sunny, you know, nice to be outside. So there's 3 things I've already brought past, moved, put up. This castle that's going outside, a piece of yard art in a storage container that I bought. Oh. It's in the attic stairwell. And a floating shelf, pretty wide one. That's going to be for the DeLorean Lego set after Don puts it together in there by where he works. Yeah. And this dinosaur little cat bed that's in the dryer being fluffed and aired out. And yeah, but you can help me with the rest of the stuff. So yeah, pull the stuff out of the baggie here. Well, I sent you a question about one thing you didn't answer me. Heads down.
Heads down today.
So hold them both up, one in one hand, one in the other.
Oh, we have a white one and a red one.
Right, we have 2 dash little waffle makers, and one's a pumpkin and one makes a snowflake. Yes. Isn't it just as cute as it can be? They were $4 each. They're not expensive to begin with, but I figured the person either had good intentions, or they look brand new. I opened one up. It was really clean. It looks possibly never used.
Yeah, well, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have bought them, but for $4, yeah. And well, it's a second one of these ones that Johnny's physics teacher insists they use this calculator. It's a TI-30XS, TI-30XS2S. It's the one his physics professor. It's not a super duper, but it is have sine, cosine, you know, tangent, trig. It has trig functions on it. It goes exactly opposite. Yep, the 2 fat ends go apart from each other. I'll fix it. Just set it down. Sorry. Here, the 2 fat ends go opposite, and then you slide it in from the bottom is how it works. And you also, I think there's, well, maybe it just goes, there's an off or it goes off on its own. Anyway, it does fit properly. Engineer that you are. There you go. Yeah, he did get it. All right, so this is just really cute, and the pillows are still half price. Just in case he sees the... a shorebird, a pelican. Yeah, I thought it was a heron at first, but it's a pelican. It's gonna go on my glider.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm throwing stuff at him. Lift it up. You gotta lift. I'm pointing at your head, not at your stomach. Easter egg farm, isn't it cute? So if we have red trucks with evergreen trees at Christmas, we have pink trucks with Easter eggs at Easter.
Yes, absolutely.
It was $1.50. It's a pillow cover. It'll go over top of an existing pillow. And then Michelle just grabbed that and threw it in the cart because it had a black cat on it. It says Happy Haunting. That'll come back out at Halloween. Yeah, so somebody, you know, the thing is, if you crochet or knit, you make it so the towel goes over the door knob, the cabinet knob, sort of a thing.
Okay.
And this is for you.
Oh, it's for me.
It's an Izod sort of fancy exercise shirt.
Yeah,
Spring weight.
Yeah, I agree.
And then this actually is meant to go upstairs in the garage also until I use it. It's just a melamine bowl. You know, I have several of these good for fountains or solar little fountain things or any kind of fountain where it needs to go up and catch the water. This is like the one the cats drank out of all last year up on the tabletop.
Ah, yes.
Believe it or not, these are hard to come by over there. They're really good ones. So, anyway.
You did good, I guess.
That's what I got today.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
I sent you a message about an HDMI switch.
Oh, okay.
$2. You'll have go look at the picture, but
Okay.
Gray wants you to know that she is partially responsible for this content. Hi. Me and my handy kitchen helper are going to get started making my version of shepherd's pie. And I'm going to start putting Lego pieces into these bins. These were meant to be project bins. So for the Chinese restaurant and the carousel that I plan to make, I've got these little loose baggies around, or the Lego box around, and I'm going to load it up. Hi. He got in trouble with me last night while I was working on Legos. I had to, hi. 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 I had to give him some incentive to leave my Legos alone. Do you see the kitty down on the bridge? I'm pretty sure it's Gypsy. I went out in the front porch with a 300 millimeter lens, and the cat has a snipped ear, meaning it's TNR'd, and it looks like Gypsy's fur. So, I haven't seen Gypsy in forever. I wish there was a way I could take food closer. But it's good to see what I'm pretty sure is Gypsy. Don is working on the GMC. He was hoping to get the part that required him to crawl around on the ground done today, because we have rain coming in, I guess, for tomorrow night and Saturday. Something to the effect of, I could put the tires on a rainy day, but I don't want to be crawling on the ground if the ground's wet. So, fingers crossed. I hear him in the garage doing something. I came out to put compost in the compost bin. Don just walked past with the spring. I'm leaving him alone to concentrate. I don't see Spot yet. I also don't see my boys there, so that's good. Hey, you. Be a good time for you to come back inside. Come on, bud. Marty just went inside. Come on, come on. Good boy. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Mr. Man.
Okay, I got the spring in on both sides. The passenger side was easier. I just was able to lift it up there and put it on a little pry bar and popped it over the mount. But the driver's side, I had to put spring compressors on it to make it shorter so I could get it up in there. And the reason is the passenger side came down a couple extra inches because the shock is undone. The shock's undone, but this cross link here kind of holds that end up a little bit more, and this end sags. So that's my hypothesis. So because of this cross link bar, the driver's side didn't go down quite as far, but it's up there now. So what I'm going to do is put the shock on over here, and then I'm going to come on over here and secure this shock and lift up with the jack and kind of catch that spring so the spring can't eject itself from there, and then I'm going to undo my coil spring compressors. I got the coil spring compressors years ago, never used them. I got them for the Scion. The Scion's got a saggy spring, and I never really fixed it because I just, it's one of those OCD things, I knew it was sagging, but I don't think anybody else ever noticed.
It's ready to go in the oven. I'm not going to put it in the refrigerator because it'll be in the oven within probably 30 minutes. Probably 30 minutes at 350 to get it all warmed up and juicy. I'm fixing to start on the Lego stuff, although I'm going to have more help than I want, I think. Am I going to have more help than I need? Huh? I love it when he sits there. I don't love it when I'm doing Legos and he tries to be right here. Oh, what's the matter? My fingers smell like garlic and onion probably, even though I've washed them with soap and water. So there's 2 of these boxes. It's 1,800 pieces, my plan. And they're not going to be necessarily used in order. So my plan is to compartmentalize them as best as I can.
Yeah, okay, so success. I got the springs in there, got the shocks, everything's back on. I do have to put the spare tire back up, but I shouldn't have to crawl around on the ground for that. Just jack it up and take the jack stands out, put the tires on, that stuff. So it's still a little bit of buttoning up to do, but the springs are on there.
Way cool.
The shocks back on. I had just a little bit of trouble, but I worked through it.
Of course you did. I have full confidence in you.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear. I will
I'm glad it's done too. And it was nice because it was wasn't cold. My hands didn't hurt. I didn't bash any knuckles. So anytime you do that, I'm happy.
Way cool. So Gypsy came up on the front porch.
Oh, way cool.
And ate all of the canned food.
Uh-huh.
And I went out and put more canned food out, so hopefully Spot will come.
Yeah.
Wow, that was unexpected. I'm pretty darn sure. Yeah. I can go compare older pictures, but,
sure. But
probably just been eating at another neighbor's house and then...
2 times.
Well, the lady around the corner, not the first house, but the second house, they have a cat that looks a little bit like Gypsy. That's an outside cat, so they could have food up there.
Sure.
Anyway.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Alrighty, way cool.
I'll get dinner heating.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm hungry.
30 to 40 minutes.
No problem.
Well, one box has filled a good part of 2 trays. So I guess for now, I'm not going to open up the other box. I also have the noodle shop, which I'm going to open up and put in a bin. This is the noodle shop. Of course, my noodle shop in my modular, which I'll put up a picture of what that is, what it's going to look like. It's going to look much different and more sophisticated than this, but there are some special pieces in here that were needed. Besides the fact that it's yummy, the best thing about this is we get to eat it for another day or 2. Johnny says it freezes good for down to take back an entree for school, so I'm liable to at least put up 1 entree in the freezer.